Hey, what's going on, credit team? Welcome to the Credit Coach channel. My name is Dominic. They call me the Credit Coach. You could call me Coach D. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for taking a few minutes of your time to listen to as I will be bringing you Coach D's Play of the Day. Today's Play of the Day is my story. I'm going to take a few moments of my time to introduce myself, to talk to you guys about why I am the Credit Coach. So sit back, listen up, and above all, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Follow me, share the video. We want to make this thing blow up because we are here to change lives. This channel is about education, inspiration, and determination to change lives. That's what I want to do through the finance industry, through the credit industry, and credit repair, money. I want to talk a lot about and provide videos, and I'm going to do live Q&As, a lot of inspirational, educational videos for us to change lives, change our children's lives, and change the credit industry in whole. And so I'm excited for what we are going to do here. So please share this video, like this video, definitely make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and follow the video, because I will be coming to you live. I will be sharing videos, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to be bringing Coach D's Play of the Day to you guys, and that's where I'm going to start today. I'm going to start with Coach D's story called My Story. And I'm going to share with you why I became the credit coach, why and how I got involved in the credit repair industry, which is so exciting to me. It's such an honor and a thrill to be in it, even though sometimes it has a negative connotation. I want to change that, because this is about helping people, helping individuals, changing lives. Why? Because it changed mine. And so what better way than to give back? It's often said that experience is the best teacher. And I have had some experiences. I would love to say that they were all phenomenal and great, and I was taught right off the start, but that's not the case. I had a lot of a lot of downfalls, a lot of mistakes, a lot of hard aspects, as many of us had. And I'm going to share just some of those with you today. It really starts off for me, credit for me started back when I was 18. And I was 18, I convinced a jewelry store to give me credit so that I could buy a ring for my soon-to-be wife, or I was at least going to ask. She did say yes. But that's where it kind of started. It was like, well, I didn't have the money for the ring. I needed some credit. And so they gave me a credit limit. I bought a ring, proceeded to make a couple payments, and then, of course, I forget about it or just didn't make the payment. I don't know. And then the effects of that weren't good. But I think I caught things up and kept going with things from there. So, but fast forward, I get married at 19 years old. We start a family. I start working, and I entered the insurance industry when I was 20, and started with the property casualty side of things, doing auto and home, and spent a few years in the insurance industry. And from there, we got pregnant with our first child, and I believe I started right after he was born in the mortgage industry. And so I spent a couple years in the mortgage industry. I tell you, boy, 1998, 99, right in that area, mortgage industry was just booming, big refi boom. Interest rates had dropped, and everybody was refinancing their homes. And so I made a lot of money in that first year in the industry, doing really well as a young guy, young family, in our low 20s, and making good income, home. And then the next year hit, and the refi boom kind of went away. You got a little more difficult. Needless to say, it got real difficult. Um, I made about $30,000 less than the year before difficult. Um, and when you're making that kind of money, you don't really have good money view of how to handle things. I didn't grow up with, I can't say that my parents were either good or bad. I honestly don't know. It wasn't something I feel that we talked about or I really learned about. I definitely didn't learn about it in school. And so, my kind of thought was, well, if I can afford something, then, I'll get it. I can get it and I can pay for it later. That's kind of the mentality, especially in our Western cultures here. And so, anyways, I had a car, maybe one or two cars, I don't even remember at the time, and a house and credit cards and all kind of other things. And when you make $30,000 less from one year to the next, it put some definite financial strains on us. And so, needless to say, this is when I filed my first bankruptcy. And I have to be honest, I have to be real transparent with you guys. I don't know that it really bothered me. I say that because to me it was like, oh, well, they're going to take care of all my bills. I don't have to pay anything. And I was able to keep my house and my car. And hey, life's good. So I thought. So fast forward now. Now I've exited the mortgage industry because, like I said, you make that much less money. It was like, well, maybe this isn't for me. And so I left that industry, struggled for a couple years trying to find my grounds, but I ended up in at that time, the furniture industry. And so I spent a few years in the furniture industry, really enjoyed it. Kept me really active. I moved up into management. I started doing really well in management, so I spent a lot of time in the retail industry side of things for a few years. And then I ended up leaving that industry and into the automobile industry, which I'm still in today. And so spent a few years, started there in about 2002. And from there, 2008 hit, 2009, the economy took a tank. We all felt the effects of that in one way or one sense or another. And this is when I ended up having to file my second bankruptcy. Not one, but two. And this time, my home was foreclosed on. I lost my home. Not only did I lose my home, have to file bankruptcy, I lost my family. Meaning we went through a divorce, the strains of money, and the embarrassment of having to file bankruptcy another time, and just everything that goes along with that, choices. And this one hurt, obviously, a lot differently, and it caused a lot of different effects, but it also caused me to have to grow up, to have to figure some things out. And to realize that I had views and things that weren't good for me. I was making decisions based on trying to keep up with other people and to have to appear a certain way to others and have this personification through my own insecurities and my own downfalls and my own misunderstandings of things and my own desires to want things from being teased when I was younger, and not feeling like I didn't have much growing up, and had to live off government this or that, and it's like I was never going to. So I go to the store, I couldn't buy the generic. I had to get name brand, and I was going to, be something and somebody different. And those things caused me a lot of pain and a lot of suffering to have to go through, and not just me, but the others that I loved as well. But here's the good thing. God is gracious. God is good. God is kind. He is merciful. And He has taken all of those and He has used them for my good, because He has brought me into new life. And I am so thankful and so grateful for that. And you can have that too. And that's where fast forward, it brings me today. A few years later, I got remarried, and now my beautiful wife Amy and I, we have 8 children together between us, and so we have 10 of us total, and now we have 2 granddaughters and a son-in-law and a future daughter-in-law, another future son-in-law, and so life has just been tremendous. However, when we first got married, it was still tough because my credit was shot. It wasn't that I didn't make good money. Well, at the time, I really didn't, but things kind of started to change and shift, and started making better money. The economy started shifting, but my credit still was shot. It just wasn't good, and we couldn't really get into a home that could benefit all of us, or big enough for all of us to really have our own and provide for our kids space, especially when you're trying to blend the family and do different things. So anyways, we ended up contacting someone and said, hey, we really need some help with credit repair. I mean, I got to do something. I started researching and found a company. They were entered the program. 5 months later, I exited the program, able to qualify for a home loan. And so we ended up actually building a brand new house. And then we moved into that new house less than a year later. And it has been a tremendous blessing to our family, to say the least. But through it, and going through that process and realizing that someone was able to help us, and to help us understand the laws and different things that were on our side that we had no idea that were there, and benefited us hugely, to say the least. And so now fast forward 4 years later, and my wife and I now own a credit repair business. What the credit repair industry did for us, we want to do for others. We want to give them a fresh start and a new chance by utilizing the laws that have been created to protect consumers and to help us. And so that's what we are here to do. That's what we provide. That's how I became the credit coach and entered into the credit industry. That's why I am called Coach D. That's just a little bit of my story. There's a whole lot more that goes to it. But we now own a company called Guaranteed Solutions. And if you have any questions, if you need any assistance, please feel free to reach out to us. You can reach us at 616-800-1017. You can find us at Guaranteed Solutions. It's not guaranteed. I kind of like to say guaranteed with 2 R's, but it's guaranteedsolutions.com. And like I said, we'd love to help you, but I am going to be giving tips and information here. So please follow the channel, come back, ask questions. If you have questions, you can follow us on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram at the Credit Coach 01. Again, that's at the Credit Coach 01. I am going to be, just excited. Going to be doing a lot of different things, guys. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. And just know that we are here for you, and we are here to change lives, and we are here to help others. And as I love to say, let's get it.